Farming does this a lot more than people like to admit. It's nice like this. I just want to be done with it. Today we are treating the flies just out in the field with Ultra Balls. I talked about this stuff last year, but let me tell you, this stuff is amazing. Works great. Hello. I was trying to get some before on the flies. I know we don't have them as bad as some folks, but we still like to treat them as best as we can. Everybody has been treated, and I know you see some flies swarming around, but they're just trying to figure out what the heck's going on.
None on them.
But if you look, yeah, on the cows, there is not a fly on them. I mean, it works super fast, and Ultra Balls, hold on, let me show it to you. Here's the old container. They kind of did a new label this time. Yeah. But anyways, so this stuff is fantastic. We use it for flies and ticks. I mean, it does lice and stuff too. But this is what we use to prevent the Algerian tick that we had that cow die from, gosh, probably 2 years ago now. But this stuff is expensive. Totally worth it though. The only downfall is, besides cost, is it only lasts 30 days. But, and of course, if you're in a rainy season, which we have not been, if you're in a rainy season, it would last a little bit shorter than that. But we are very happy with it. And like I said, well, she still got some flies on her, but it works very fast and very well. You can also put this on like one of the back rubbers, like that they would walk through every day, but we don't really do that on our farm. We don't have any of those, but we just do this and it works well for us.
There's 18 in the cow.
Come on.
Well, y'all, Mama just had a baby. Baby is right there. Is it a bull or a heifer? Yeah. Good job, Mama.
Daddy.
Good job, Mama. So that marks the first calf of our summer fall calves. So now we've got to really, which we've been watching them, but now it's game time. Got to really pay attention and check on everybody every single day, probably multiple times a day, to watch for the calves. Calf number 2.
We have it.
See its face.
Doubt.
What's that going to get in that swamp?
I don't know. There you can see its face. This mama's a little, oh, she has just had it. Okay. Y'all, okay, it's very blurry. She's having another calf. This has literally never happened. We've only ever had one set of twins. And it wasn't from her.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, I can see its hoof. Holy moly.
Well, we might as well hang out here a little bit.
Yeah. Well, y'all, sorry if that
She'll
is
end up not taking one of them.
TMI. I don't know. She may. She always has a good milk sack. Let's be positive.
Hey, Dad.
Wow.
What's inside of that?
Well, we are back almost 45 minutes later and still no progress. We hung out here for most of those 45 minutes, but we left to go get a rope and such, and we were hoping when we come back she would have had it, but she has not. So Dakota is testing her right now. Never something we like to have to do, but that is part of it sometimes. Well, we spent like 20 minutes on that and never could get her caught, so now we're figuring out plan B. This is honestly one of the most stressful things. It's just not working out. It's just the two of us.
Dad,
We have Stetson. And now, so the water popped and the hoof did stick out. But now, since it's been dramatic trying to get her, the hoof's back in. Like, if you didn't know there was a calf in there, you wouldn't know. It's just... Well, now we're trying a whole different plan, but I don't even know if it's gonna work. We have a lot here. See, this is on our leased property, which is the problem. But we're gonna try to haul, well, this is the last that me and Dakota talked about, but we're gonna try to him hold the calf, the back of the side-by-side. I've never been so upset and so irritated. Farming does this a lot more than people like to admit. It's nights like this, I just want to be done with it. It's like, what's it worth, you know? Well, that was very much in the moment, but the feelings are still the same. We have tried everything with this cow and calf that we possibly know of. We've even like got it and brought it all the way up, got her in the lot, had the calf on the trailer so she would go in the trailer. She would not do it. She proceeded to jump the fence here back into the pasture over here, and then Dakota was gonna run her back, and she jumped in the hayfield and just has abandoned the calf. So it's just really frustrating when situations like these happen, and I know it happens to people a lot more than it does us. We're usually very fortunate with our cows, but man, when you have an evening like this and a situation like this, it really makes you rethink things and be like, forget it, you know. But it's all a part of it, and you have to keep going, keep trying to figure out what you're gonna do. At this point, we're honestly ready just to be done with the cow. And I don't know, but I'm just ready for a new day tomorrow and to be done with this one. So I wanted to add to that we literally waited and waited and waited and waited like we waited 45 minutes, and usually like once cows start labor and stuff, you know, and she'd already had the one calf, so that's what kind of messes up, because we're used to dealing with, you know, one calf, one labor. But I mean, we gave her 45 minutes to an hour, and there was like no progress whatsoever, and like a calf has to come out. So that's why we've been so adamant and, you know, trying to get her up so that we could take her up the road, because we couldn't, what we wanted to do was rope her in the field, get her on the neck, hook her to the truck or the side-by-side truck. She'd probably pull the side-by-side around. And then we would have manually pulled the calf, like against her, you know. Anyways, that we couldn't get her lassoed. So that's when I was like, well, maybe we put the calf, because she would follow wherever the calf was. And this was like all, like when we first found her, it was like 4 o'clock, and it is 7:09 right now. So it's been quite some time. But like we've genuinely given her so much time, and like prayed and prayed and prayed that she would just have this calf on her own. Like so much time. And there's just no progress. So that's what I'm saying. That's why we tried to get her up. And that's why we're going to put her on the trailer. And we were going to take her up to the orange tractor farm and put her in the head gate so we could pull it that way. But she's just not having any of it. So, I don't know. Farming, it's kind of like parenthood. In the moment, you're making the best decision that you think. With what the circumstances are, you truly make the best decision that you think, you know. But you never know if it's going to be the best decision. Like hindsight, we should have just left her for a while, you know, but you're still in that time window. But hindsight's always 20/20. But like I told Dakota, we can only figure out the situation in front of us at this moment. Can't go back. Can't go forward, although we'd like to. Both ways, but and you just do the best with what you have, with the information you have, and that's all you can do. Was it right? Was it wrong? Who knows? You'll never know. But it is what it is. That's all I can say. It is what it is. I know you can barely see me. I'm in the truck. Stetson's asleep. But we come back by the property to see if she's had the calf yet. I don't know. I think we have us a game plan together for in the morning if there's still no calf. So I haven't called around this evening because we need a portable squeeze chute. Been wanting to buy one of those. I think I've talked about that in videos past, but we haven't purchased one of those yet. But one of our good friends has one, and we asked him if we need it, can we borrow it? And he said certainly. So we're very thankful for that. We're hopeful we don't have to use it, but it is what it is. And me and Dakota has talked a lot about the cows this evening, and you know, like I said earlier, days like today make you want to just be done, but then you have to take a step back and realize most days aren't like this, and most days are pretty good. Yeah. So anyways, we're still very frustrated, irritated, but we're in much better spirits. We've cooled off, come down from adrenaline of the whole evening. So I don't know, hopefully nature will do its thing and all will be well by in the morning, but morning time will tell the tale. So I will report back then. Well, we are out checking the cows this morning, seeing if there's any new calves, but I thought I would update you on the twin fiasco. So she did end up having it either late that night or early that morning, because Dakota got up early that next morning and went out to check her, and she had the calf. So it was born dead, probably from all of the stress and trauma. but I mean, it could have ended up that way even if she didn't have the stress and trauma. I mean, you just won't know. But it was a big bull calf. Dakota said he was very surprised that she even carried 2 twins of that size. 2 calves rather. But anyways, we're just thankful that we have a healthy mom and a healthy baby, and she took the live baby. So it is what it is. We definitely learned some lessons, which that's just farming. You're gonna learn stuff every single day. So, but anyways, there's the update on that. A little garden update. Our port onions kind of got smothered out, but tomatoes are thriving.
I'm walking over there in the door.
The beans. So these beans are a little bit behind, but there are a lot in here that are ready to pick.
On their legs right here.
So I'm gonna have to do that in the next couple days. And then we have our October beans here, and they are doing really well as well. But they have to turn and dry out before we pick them. And then we have our corn. It's doing good, and Dakota was pointing out
Whoa.
there is all kinds of honeybees working the corn.
You actually put you have these beetles in the water so the chickens could eat it.
Yeah, that's why we're catching them. I'm videoing this bee collecting pollen from the corn. So cool.
Mommy.
They're like, I know that's blurry, but I mean, they are just all over corn. So we have this corn over here. It's doing really good. And then don't mind that it's a blow up snake to deter stuff. But then this corn is kind of not really doing well. Not sure. I don't know. But luckily we have a lot of corn that's doing good. And then here's our potatoes, which they've got some weeds in them, but they're okay. We have also been collecting Japanese beetles from the garden, and we feed them to the chickens. They love it. And it's good for us because we get them out of the garden.